The Wednesday Sports Talk shows hosted by Edward Hall and co-hosted by Ryan Garnett and the last but not least, the leftover Mark Gregory is in the house also. But he's Edward's got a pretty good lineup set up there, and got some wrestler out of Powell. Looks like a basketball player from Bell County and another looks like a baseball player out of Bell County. And I'll let Ryan read off the names there because I'm a blind man and I can't read an inch of anything.
I mean, I'll try to read it as well, but it's Abnon's Landon Abner, uh, Skiffs. I always mispronounce her last name, and then Hunter Houston from Bell Counties.
And another great lineup and covered Bell County quite a bit this year, Ryan. You have too, and know how well that the females has been playing. I'm excited to see how the baseball team's looking, with the preseason and according to Edward, we've got a wrestler that's coming on tonight. That did he already say he was a state qualifier?
I think he said he was already a state qualifier.
Okay, so it should be exciting. It should be an exciting show for sure. And Edward goes out, reaches out, and gets these people, and then all of a sudden you're like, well, I don't know why he brought him on now. So Edward's probably smarter than what he looks. If you're comparing his smartness to his looks, it's not even close with everybody about that. But Ryan, how you doing?
Doing pretty good. Been around the house today. Kind of been snowed in today.
Well, I left the house about 3:30 this morning, and it was starting to snow a little bit here in Williamsburg, and a little rough. And by the time I left work, I'm like, oh, I just want to get home. It was just so slick and icy and packed in. And but again, big shout out to our road crews in this area. They kick butt. They've got the roads looking pretty good now. You don't take them too long to get after it. And, we don't give the road crews enough love. We always give our love to Edward here, but we should start giving the road crews some love about the work that they do, clearing these roads off for us to keep us safe. But talking about the man of the hour, he is finally back off of his nap. I think he's ready to go to work.
I don't ever nap. I don't get to sleep.
Ryan, do you believe that?
Some of us work around the clock.
That's all I did today. Is I've worked around the house and did putting up stories, doing graphics. I've got for the once I've got everything caught up, and I'm not behind on nothing.
But if Edward will allow me, I know this is his show and his rules. We have to abide by it. Edward gives us a strict set of rules too. Don't he, Ryan? I mean, sometimes he won't allow us to even smile. Okay, it's all business when it comes to Edward. So, but if Edward will allow me, I want to make a little bit of an announcement. If Edward can give me a minute on the floor.
You got 1 minute exactly.
Okay, Edward, give me a minute. But let's give a big shout out to, of course, all of our sponsors, Bryant Family Medicine, and of course the generosity that they have showed us over this past year. And we've been running this ship for a little bit over a year now. Am I right, Ryan? And everything. It seems going pretty good. And another shout out to another sponsor of ours, Heather Martinez. If you're in the market to buy or sell the house, go to her. She's a hookup. Just a great personality, great woman, and we had her on the show, and hopefully we can bring her back on the show really, really soon because I love the interview of her and learned a lot from it. But let's go back to Bryant Family Medicine for a minute, and the reason why I'm harping on this, Ryan and Edward, I know you already know it, but we are fixing to close in on another deal with Bryant Family Medicine to where that they will be our corporate sponsor for another year and for hopefully many more years to come. And I wouldn't want to have no other people but them as their corporate sponsor because I'm telling you, Dave and his wife are good people. They're like any of us. They don't want to be out in the forefront. They just want to do what they can to help promote. And they just, they're just good people. And again, I want to thank Bryant Family Medicine for being our corporate sponsors for another year. And we'll make that official here in the next couple of days. And even like I told Dave, too, Ryan, I'm sure you agree, we can't get rid of them now. We've got all these shirts and hoodies and all that other stuff. No, no. And I tell you, a Bryant Family Medicine hoodie even looks good on Edward. Yeah, I mean, if something like that could even look right here. Ryan is fixing to put the clothes on, and my goodness, we might not be the prettiest guys ever was, but we're the sharp dressed guys at these places for sure, and they hook us up. But again, just a big thank you to them and all the generosity that they've showed us this past year. That's a nice looking T-shirt too. But
my logo is faded just a little bit.
just wanted to make that announcement and a big thank you, Family Medicine, for sponsoring us again. And we'll give it our very best, and we'll do what you just want us to do. We'll promote these student athletes the best way we know how. I was over a minute. What Edward? Edward's mad.
No, I mean, while you're at it, you might as well go ahead and run that fancy commercial.
I will run that commercial because Edward told me to run it. Now keep me out of the doghouse with Edward. But while we bring on their sponsors, let's go ahead and run the commercial.
The team at the Bryant Family Medicine All Sports Media wants to take the time to thank our sponsors, Bryant Family Medicine and Heather Martinez Realtor. We also want to thank our support staff, Valerie Rutherford, Allison Messer, Larry Spicer, Addison Sloan, John North, Shane Shackelford, and last but not least, Keisha Ambergy. With the support of our fine sponsors, our dedicated staff, and you, the members, we are all working on one goal, the promotion of student athletes. With this team, we can't miss.
That was a pretty good commercial. I know that guy that was wording that commercial out pretty well.
Yeah, let everybody know there will be a updated one when it comes to springtime one too.
And just for the record, I did hit my shot. Edward knocked out somebody behind the goal, and I don't know who Ryan was throwing the ball at. I'm just saying.
Well, that's Mark's story. I'd never seen it go in, so
Ryan saw it go in. And Ryan's so honest, he could be a politician. He ain't gonna lie.
I don't know.
well, while we're waiting on our first guest to come on, well, first off, my thanks goes to you, Rob, for allowing me to come down and give the Pineville Mountain Lions the coverage. And yes, there is another big one in the Ville tomorrow because the Harlan County Black Bears makes the travel to the Den down there at Pineville. So, I mean, that's going to be another slugfest right there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Go ahead.
Absolutely, that'd just be two heavyweights getting right at it.
I mean,
Absolutely, that's a game I'm excited to actually get to cover myself.
And Ryan comes on this show about once every 5 months, and then people's already getting him a shout out. I'm just telling you, Ryan gets the red carpet wherever he goes. It happens.
that is my brother-in-law. But going back to the Pineville Harlan County game, that could be a potential 30th Division tournament matchup. this depends on how that draw goes and just how things shape up.
Absolutely. But while we're waiting on our first guest, thank you. We want to go ahead and just jump into the top 5 must see. Started out with a little bit of a bang this week.
We can start it, and Mr. Daniels wrote something here, and maybe we'll let Ryan answer this one here.
I don't think so. She's a better athlete than I was. Her name is up on the 1,000-point banner up at Bell High, so she can shoot a lot more points than I can.
Yeah, but he said that you could beat Glenn. Can you beat Glenn one-on-one?
I don't know. Right now, I'm out of shape. Probably not.
Well, Glenn might have something to say on that. Glenn might say, he might give you the bring it symbol, or something like that.
Now, I may not be able to score, but I play some mean defense.
Like when me and Ever played, it's like a Rocky movie when Adrian come up to him and said, you can't win, Rock. You can't win, Ed. You just can't win.
Listen, I don't
know if that's Adrian or
think
was that the Mickey? Might be Mickey. One of them, Adrian or Mickey.
Listen, it never went that way, Ryan. But Ryan, I'm gonna let you choose off. Do we start with the boys' top 5, or do we want to start with the girls' top 5?
Oh, let's just start with the boys still.
All right, so you got Sawyer Thompson from Pineville with 613 points, Tyler Weddington from Phelps with 479 points, Ethan Buell from Bell County with 482 points, Peyton Higginbotham from Macquarie Central with 256 rebounds, and Jacob Spurlock from Boyd County with 724 points.
Well, if you look up the definition of Sawyer Thompson, it would probably define warrior. It'd be all in capital letters. There's not a whole lot more I could say about him, but just warrior. He just fights. There's no quitting him. But that's the whole Bible basketball team, and love them all down there. Ethan Buell. I mean, just looking at what Bell County did as a product all year long, it just he's a big reason why. And again, when you start going out of the region, that I'm not going to argue with you ever because I know you research this stuff.
Yeah, man, I'm gonna look at. A great top 5. The one that really sticks out is the Peyton Higginbotham, if I said that name right. Almost 300 rebounds in a regular season. That's very impressive to me.
Yes, and just so you know that Peyton Higginbotham is also, in the top, I think it's top 20 in scoring also. And he's I think it's like number 5 or 6. I'd have to double check that, but I think it's 5 or 6 in the rebounds. He's averaging close to about 12 to 13 rebounds, per game, and dropping a little bit, like 26 points per game.
When you talk about rebounds, we got a 13th region player that I know today that's right up there too. Keegan Ward out of Jackson County. Been hitting them boards awful hard himself too.
Absolutely, and Sawyer Thompson's also one of the top in the state for the points also.
And that just kind of shows you how good the 13th region as a whole is.
Absolutely. Now jumping over to the girls basketball top 5 must see. Mark, I think we've had a couple of these on.
We probably have.
If I'm not mistaken, we might have had a few of these on. My memory don't ain't as good as it once was. But we've got Ava Hughes from McCracken County with 411 points. Kylie Runyons from Harlan County, just a freshman, also might I say, with 287 points. Lexi Combs from Breathitt County, if I'm not mistaken, she's also just a freshman with 400 points. Then you got Kylie McCoy from Phelps with 563 points. And if I'm not mistaken, I think she's possibly a junior or senior. Then you got Peyton Bradley, which just got over her 3,000 point marker and climbing, from Meade County with 721 points.
Solid. And if you tell me that we've had it on and had her on, it's because I've got relaxed brain and forgot. But I do think we should try to get the Phelps girl on. I think that would be a really good interview, and that's a area I don't think that we've got into yet. Ever correct me if I'm wrong. If Edwards, no, Edwards got me muted.
No, I don't think we have.
So I mean I think that would definitely be a fun interview to bring on.
Yeah, really, the one I like, and on this list, I mean, in a season, the Peyton Bradley, I mean, about 250 give and take points still from 1,000 in a season. So I mean, that's very impressive. And I've been that area. That area is in a big area too. So they bring up some athletes in that area.
Absolutely. And, we have had 3 out of the 5 on the show and actually got to talk to them. And all 3 of them's been great interviews, and love to get them back on. But looking at that, most of them is, underclassmen, and what, freshmen and 7th and 8th graders are doing nowadays compared to my time. Yeah, it's just amazing. But while we're waiting on our guest, just give me what y'all's thoughts are of what y'all's plans for the upcoming next couple of days before district kicks in.
Well, I'm gonna try to get to work safely. I do know that, and but like I said, our road crews up here, they're kicking butt, so I think I'm gonna be all right in the morning. I'm gonna try to get to a game. I've been doing a lot of behind the scenes work, and I know we talked a little bit about that before the show. I've got a lot of that squared away, and then there's probably going to be an announcement here within the next few days about just finalizing with their corporate sponsor. And again, Bryant Family Medicine, and love them folks to death. And then, in a few weeks, we know what we've got planned, hopefully, with one tournament, and then maybe even a bigger tournament the next following week. So there's a lot of behind the scenes work right now.
Yeah, and tomorrow I'm gonna try to go to either Marvel, OBI, or Bella at Not Central tomorrow, boys. So don't really know where we're at yet.
Well, as long as the weather don't get crazy and nothing happens, you're gonna be down that way. I'm gonna make that trip to Pineville and watch 2 heavyweights go head to head. But are you all ready for our first guest?
We are ready.
Absolutely.
Well, Lila, first off, thank you for taking the time to come on and chit chat with us for a minute.
Thank you guys for having me.
So, first off, I got to ask you, how'd you like having, today off from school,
I'm so happy. I got to sleep in.
and I'm assuming they've probably done called school off for tomorrow too. Correct? Well, Mark, Ryan, the floor is yours.
Well, we're privileged. We've had our schools called off for the rest of the week. So a big shout out to the bird. Big thumbs up. But Lila, I know you're a sophomore and you're playing great. I've not seen you as much as what Edward has, but what few times I've been able to go up there and watch you to cover you, you've definitely been a standout player for the young cats. But just tell us a little bit about your team and how the season's going for you to this point.
We got a really good team. I mean, everybody plays their roles and everybody knows what they're doing on the team. And I just think that we get better every day, every practice that we have. We're getting better.
Um, Being a sophomore and of course playing at the level that you're playing at right now, and I know mentally where I was at when I was in high school as a sophomore, and you're light years above that. What do you do just to prepare not just your body for it, but yourself mentally for all that?
I just play the game. I mean, it's really scary being a sophomore, like playing against like better teams and stuff. And it's just I just mentally prepare myself to just like play big ball games and just play with my team and just kind of play my role with them.
How does
Hey, and Mark, I'm also going to let you know she is pretty good at another sport that involves a whole lot of running and kicking. I think they call it a soccer ball.
Okay, so could Edward, if Edward was like a goalie, could he like stop one of your kicks?
Probably.
Oh, oh, giving Edward some
No,
love.
I don't believe I could. I covered her, a few times this year in soccer, so I don't believe I could.
Um, how does the game of soccer and what Edward was talking about? How does that help make you a better basketball player, and how does basketball make you a better soccer player?
Well, soccer involves a bunch of running and it just strengthens my legs to like play really hard defense. And basketball is just the same, like running and playing defense. It makes me play better soccer because you play defense in soccer as well.
Well, I know something that can strengthen your legs. I mean, I don't know if you've tried it yet, but I've got to ask you: have you run up the hill, up and down that hill with the football team any?
Oh,
Would you try it?
no.
You know what, Ryan? I was just now thinking what'd be really hard. Imagine that hill being snow covered, trying to run up and down that thing.
No, thank you.
Wouldn't you think you'd have to put a nail on the bottom just in case you slid went on off to 25 there or something? Yeah, that would. But but Ryan Edward.
Just looking at y'all's team schedule, I know Teague very well. Have known him for years. How's the schedule prepared y'all for the postseason that's coming up here next week?
Well, we played really hard teams over the season, and we practiced really hard to win those hard games and stuff. And it's preparing us to like go into districts and stuff and regionals. And it's just we're just preparing ourselves for it.
And then this is one of my favorite questions I like to ask. What is your favorite restaurant to eat at in Bell County, Pineville, or Milford?
Taco Bell.
Oh. See, I knew there was a reason why me and Lila got to go along pretty good right there. So, what do you order at Taco Bell?
The steak quesadilla.
See, you can't go wrong with the Taco Bell, Mark.
Lila, do you eat at Mexican? Do you eat at Mexican restaurants?
Sometimes.
Well, you
Mark,
know,
Mark will not, or Edward
know-
will not so Mark.
Edward's like anti-Mexican. He will not eat at a Mexican restaurant, but he will eat at Taco Bell.
Well,
Lila don't even know how to answer that. She's like, "What?"
well,
We're waiting
here's
to
my
come back
thing.
to that.
One, I
It's
can't read what's on the menu. And two, if
tacos,
I'm just going to get a if I'm just going to get a taco, I'm gonna go to Taco Bell. It's just much better.
It is.
See, everything's better at the Taco Bell.
Well, I do like them cheesy Fiesta potatoes, though.
My God. But this is my last question for you, Dale. What was one game this season that you could not wait to play in?
I'm gonna have to say Middlesboro the second time because they beat us the first time, and I was just ready to play them again so we can just get us a win.
So I am gonna have to ask you: is soccer and basketball the only two sports for you? Is there maybe another sport for you?
Track.
So basically, every sport you play involves a whole lot of running. So, out of the three, which one do you have to do the most running in?
Track.
So, do you do like indoor, outdoor? What part of track do you do? So, is softball possibly in the mix for you, or?
Mm-mm.
She says she's got to take a break every now and then.
Well, I mean, with all the running she does, she needs to take a few weeks off.
Lila allegedly ever thinks 3 sports ain't enough,
Play all 6 of them, 7, 8.
I couldn't do it.
Well, listen, as much energy as you have running on a soccer field, I believe you could play every sport that Bell County offers. So, I mean.
Well, then she would have to train like Rocky Balboa in the snow running up and down that hill. Start playing that Rocky music,
Well, see, you mentioned snow, so that leads me to Aston. Has Coach Teague had you outside doing dribble drills in the snow yet?
No.
Would you do dribble drills in the snow?
Did you do the Snow Angel challenge there when all of them was going out?
Mm-mm.
No. So she said, "I'm not falling in the snow."
I hate the cold.
Well, me and Edward was going to try to start Ryan. I don't know if you'd allow us to tag you to it, but when all this snow clears off, we're going to do the mud slide challenge, where we just run and slide in a bunch of mud.
I'd do that. No.
Okay, put Lila on the list. We're tagging her. The mud slide challenge.
So, I do got to ask you. Through your time playing basketball, what would you classify or consider your favorite memory all time? It can be playing in your kitchen. It can be playing at the park with some friends, a varsity game, anything.
When we won districts last year at Harlan County against Middlesboro.
So, I mean, I've covered a lot of them games. So, how's it like being a student athlete in that environment in that game?
It was loud because since it was districts, it was kind of rough because both teams were trying to get the win, and it was a really rough game.
So, Mark, Ryan, I'm going to let you have the floor again before I show her a few things we made up for her.
Lila, it was a great interview. Love talking to you. And each and every time I go to a game, I see improvement each and every game from you. And whatever you're doing, just keep on keeping on, because You're definitely going in the right direction. And whatever sport you do decide to do the next level, I mean, we wish you the best of luck and hope to have you on really soon. But obviously, but Edward has rattled my brain since he wants you to play more than three sports. Now I've got image of you running up and down that hill in the snow, playing Rocky Balboa music. I can see this now, and yeah, he's gonna try to turn your Rocky Balboa or something. So you gotta watch Edward here.
I will.
But I just want to say, best of luck to you and your team next week when it comes district tournament time.
Yeah.
And then hopefully regional tournament time for y'all as well.
Thank you.
So I do gotta ask you a couple soccer questions. So what would you consider your favorite aspect about soccer?
Running and playing defense and keeping the other team from getting down the field to score a goal.
Well, now I know what you would do to mudslide because soccer played in rain, the mud, or anything. So she's probably slid many, many times in the mud.
Yeah.
I see she's used to it. So, but we're still tagging you, Lila, on the mudslide challenge.
If I did a mudslide on turf, I would have stuff all over my arms. I'd be ripped to pieces.
No, you can't do a mudslide on turf. We got to do this on normal grass and mud.
Y'all can come down to my house here. I've got a big mud hole right outside my house.
Just make sure all the rocks are out of the way because I don't want to jump in the mud and then they'll come out screaming. That wouldn't be a good video. Because it would probably get from PG to rated R pretty quick. So it probably would be family oriented. Yeah, me jumping on rocks wouldn't be a happy ending.
You jumping on anything, Mark's not going to be a happy ending.
Hey, right here, a good question right here. And I think she was asking you this, Ryan.
I mean, no, yeah, I guess not really.
Good question there, Sarah. Yeah, I didn't think you could either. If you go to mudslide, you got to do the real deal.
Exactly. So, Lila, we do tend to put together a few graphics for each student athlete that comes on our show, and this is our way of saying thank you. And I will get them sent over to you, and they will be posted on every one of our social media sites. And I've also created a third one, and going to kind of get your thoughts on whether it's something I should keep running with or something I should just cut out.
Okay.
So I'm gonna show you the first two first, and just kind of give me your idea out of those two, which one you like the most. So out of the first one or the second one, out of those two, which one do you like the most?
First one.
Oh, see, gotta have her on every week now. She likes Taco Bell and the first.
I give up on trying to bribe on the second. I'm gonna start trying to bribe on the next one, I guess.
So here is the newest one. So you're going to kind of be the second vote to allow me to know whether this is something I should keep going with or not.
I like
So
it.
you think that's a graphic I should continue running with or just cut it out?
I like it. I think you should.
And no, Mark, you can't try to bribe people for the third one.
Why? I didn't see no written rules. Man, Lila didn't see no written rules. Lila, did you read any rules before you come on this show?
Mm-mm.
So we have a right to be able to make our own rules if we don't know the rules before it starts.
Well, that's just cheating.
Or something like that. That's not cheating.
It is because you wanted me to create the second one. I done the third.
I love the new graphic.
Lila, is it cheating if you don't even know what the rules are?
I don't know.
She said, I'm not going to sell this argument with you. Like, you can sell it. It's not cheating if you don't know the rules. It's like
But
running track and field. If she just wants to push somebody off the track, she comes to a ref and says, "I didn't know that's part of the rules." It wins the race. Then no.
no, I don't think it works that way.
Well, we can rename it
But
instead of track and field. We can rename it track and push.
I
Well,
give up on you.
would you like track and field better if they allow you to push every now and then? It would bring like an extra element to it.
Yeah.
See, Lila would like it like that. Brings that little extra flair to it.
Ryan, what are we gonna do with him?
I don't know.
But Lila, I do want to thank you for taking your time to come on. And anything that I can do to try to help better promote you, please reach out to me and let me know that, because anything I can do to try to help promote you, regardless of what sport it is you're playing, whether it's track, soccer, basketball, or all three, feel free to reach out to me, and I would love to put you something up, make you a few graphics, and travel which way in the world I can to promote you. But again, from what I've seen and the two sports I've got to cover you in so far, you're killing it. Your team's killing it, and looking forward to getting back out to covering you a few more times this season.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Mark, Ryan. Y'all got anything?
I'll just keep on keeping on.
Thank you.
Thank you, what them two says.
Thank you.
That it?
That's
All right.
Well, what can we say?
That was a good.
Great interview.
I was fixing to hit the remove button, but I thought you was going to hit it. I didn't want to bring her back on.
Yeah, when I had to leave there for a minute, I had to go get the thing of cough drops because I started hacking.
But Ryan, am I right about that? If there ain't no rules, it's not cheating.
I don't know. I don't like getting in the arguments either.
Edward has not given us a list of rules, what we can and can't do on this show.
That's just cheating, Mark.
That's not cheating.
You know it.
One of our viewers, please help me out. Is it, somebody answer me, please? And so Edward will know. Is it cheating if you don't have no rules? Maybe one of the people on here will comment. Maybe Sarah will get back on there and comment or something. Or Emma comment. Somebody comment. Is it cheating if you don't know the rules?
Well, tell you what, you can ask our next guest that question right there. That way you can find out right here.
I bet you Hunter will agree with me.
All right. Well, Hunter, first off, thank you for taking the time to come on. And I think Mark's got a big question to ask you.
All right,
Right here. Right here. And Ryan knows this. Ryan knows this lady quite well. Okay, Ryan, disagree with her. Uh-huh. And here's another one. Hunter, I gotta ask you this question. Please help me out. I need some help. I need all the help
I do have
can
to
get.
say one thing though.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Is he muted? Hunter, can you hear us?
Yeah, I heard him there for a second there.
Yeah, I heard him for a minute. But Victoria, Ryan knows her really, really well, says it's not cheating. And Emma both said it's not cheating. So, Emma, thank you. Victoria, thank you. And I know Ryan ain't going to disagree with his woman. He's going to have to agree with her now. Uh-oh. See, he don't want to say nothing. So it's 2 against 1 right here, Edward. Looks like he's come back on again.
Is it working?
It's
Yeah.
working.
Yep.
All right, good. Internet went out or something.
Hunter, can I ask you a question? Maybe you can help me out.
Yeah, go ahead.
Is it cheating if you don't have any rules? If you don't have no rules, could it be cheating?
I mean, if you don't know, you don't know. It's not cheating.
Aha, aha. See,
I
and
got to
even
say one thing though. I seen Edwards' hook shot on the commercial, and it kind of got me thinking he's been practicing on that goal behind him. I just didn't know if that's what he's been doing or what.
well,
Been
well,
practicing on this little bitty one right here.
That hook shot, I didn't know. It looked pretty smooth.
well, Hunter, I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt, he's much better in that little goal than what he was the bigger goal in that gym that day. I'm just saying.
Oh no,
And,
I feel like I was there. I seen him shoot it. I don't know.
Hey, see?
but even Hayden said, if you're not cheating, you're not trying. So,
Gosh, money.
So, go right ahead, Mark. I know
Go
you
ahead.
got quite a few. Well, I'm
You
just
got
going. I'm just going to ask him a little bit about what he thinks the preseason's going to turn out.
I think it's gonna be great. I mean, we've been working since August, really, like twice a week. We're in the batting cages, out on the field, working on our fielding and throwing, and I just think we've been working hard, and it's gonna pay out in the season.
Absolutely, and being a student athlete at Bell County, knowing that you're getting that new field, I got to ask you, your thoughts about that being one of the first groups that's going to be to ever play on that.
Yeah, it's real exciting. I'm just glad we got a school system and board of education that's willing to give us things like that. I mean, not a lot of schools get the privilege to get stuff like that, so I just want to thank them for all that. And I'm excited to play on it. It was rough when it was humid and wet outside, and I was in the outfield at practice, and it's pouring the rain, and come out, and my feet were soaking wet, and you could hear them swooshing every time I ran.
Absolutely. But Mark, the floor is yours. I know you got a book over
I'm a hunter. We know how terrible the weather's been. How hard has it been to get your practices in and stuff right now?
Yeah, we were supposed to have practice today, but they ended up canceling it. He said we should have practice tomorrow, so we should be able to get in the cages and go to the weight room and lift. So it's been rough, but we're making it work. Just get our work in.
So when's the first game of the year, or when the first scrimmage, or anything like that for you?
Our first game is at Cumberland Gap, March 18th, Tuesday.
And I believe Ryan tell me, I know you was talking a little bit, and they're putting the field down this week or something. What did you say, Ryan?
Yeah, the Facebook page said that they're starting on left field right now. That was as of yesterday. I'm sure they ain't did nothing today due to snow being on the ground. But supposed to be done here in a month.
So have you like been practicing on the football field at this
Yeah,
point?
we've been at Bell Central Gym and gyms and stuff, working on fielding and the football field when it's kind of nicer weather out.
Well, I know it's hard for you to tell us about your upcoming season, but just thoughts on what you're seeing right now with your Bell County team.
I mean, we got a lot of guys that's willing to go in and work. We had a young team last year, and we're all just maturing, getting better. We had one senior, Daniel Thomas, number 4, but he played a key role. He could lay bunts down when we needed him to, and I had him out here in the outfield with me at center field, and I love talking to him in the outfield and sharing the field with him. But he's going to be missed. But we got some guys that's willing to step up and play their role, and we should be pretty good.
Well, Hunter, when you mentioned Daniel Thomas just got me back to thinking about that hill again. So do you go up and down the hill yourself?
During the summer, yeah, Hilton gets us going through it during football season, but 6 I ain't had us there yet.
Well, well, I was thinking because I've overthought tonight. I don't know. My brain's gonna blow up or something. But I can imagine with snow on that hill. Would you go up and down it with snow on
If Coach wanted me to, I'd try.
it? I mean, on the way back down, wouldn't that be a little dangerous?
I'd
Like if
probably
you
just, I'd probably just take a head first dive and slide down on my stomach. I probably wouldn't try to step down. I'd bust my tail.
see, he's got the right idea as long as he can stop before he gets to the
But
highway over there.
yeah, I don't want to get the highway.
But,
No, those are
right?
little culvert. Those are little culvert there before you get to the highway.
Yeah, you'd
Yeah.
probably hit the ditch first, but I mean, you don't want to jump it and really get over the highway. You might jump over a car or two, like a little
Well,
ring.
as long as I jumped over the car and didn't land on the car.
Yeah, you don't want to,
Well,
unless they got their sunroof open, you can land inside the car.
you know them little nets that they can put behind the goalpost so if fix and kick the extra point, they can drop that net down, catch all the football players sliding down the hill before they hit the highway down there.
Yeah.
Now that'd be something I'd try. I wouldn't try to run down. I'd try to get one of them little tubes or something. Then I'd try to break my neck because I'd jar off of there. So,
I probably wouldn't try it at all, but
Ryan, never.
What is one game this season that you cannot wait to play in?
probably Harlan City. They always come and give us a good game, and I like playing against them. It's a real competitive game, very high, intense, a little bit of chatter. Try not to chatter though. We like playing against good teams, and we don't want to mess around.
And then practicing like you have been on like the football field and it being tough already. How's that going to prepare y'all when y'all get onto the baseball field?
Yeah, that's helped a lot. I mean, we've been out there in the seventh period. We that first day we was out there, he was hitting us pop flies, and you come up on a bounce and you're used to it in the grass, it just dies right there in front of you. But I went up and ran full speed up that ball, and it bounced over my head, and I was like, "What in the world is going on?" That turkey's a whole different ball game.
Oh yeah, it messes with you if you don't know much about it. This is
Especially
what
with
I
us playing,
like to ask all of our athletes.
especially with us playing grass
Probably,
and turkey. It'll be hard going in between.
oh, that's absolutely. And then this is my last question. I like to ask all the athletes. What is your favorite restaurant to eat at in Bell County?
I'm gonna have to go probably Taco Bell. I go there about every day. I don't know. It's just something. It's expensive, but I gotta have it.
See, I knew me and Hunter got along real well for a reason. I see. I got that Taco Bell sense.
Hunter, did he send you a message before this show say Taco Bell?
Uh,
He's getting a lot of Taco Bell answers tonight.
I mean, I ain't gonna expose nobody, but I just keep on the lookout.
Yeah, they might be official investigation after tonight.
He just sent
Ryan,
TP. I don't know what that meant.
But I gotta ask you now,
that was
since you said Taco Bell. But since you said Taco Bell, what do you get when you go there?
Grilled cheese steak burrito with Doritos tacos and cinnamon twist and Baja Blast every time.
a grilled cheesesteak burrito sounds really good right now.
Some fire sauce.
They're my favorite thing on Taco Bell besides the Doritos Locos Tacos.
Yeah, they're good.
See, I miss when they had the where you could get different ones. Where you had I think it was the volcano, the Cool Ranch, and the Dorito. When they had three instead of just going down to the regular one.
Yeah, I get my meal, and I don't know. I just look down 5 seconds later, and I'm like, where'd it go? I mean, I eat it pretty quick. It's gone.
Absolutely.
I want a grilled cheese steak burrito now. I'm
Don't mind
starving to death.
joint though.
I'm pretty
So,
close to Taco Bell though, just if I get out my driveway at this point in time.
Same.
so I'm actually looking at your schedule right now, and I'm assuming y'all get to do a little bit of a travel in March.
Yeah, that new field, it's hard. We got to get it together. We got a lot of away games, and we're gonna have to compete and keep our mind on them away games. It's hard to go on the road and win, so we're gonna have to stay focused on those.
Does turf
So,
play as fast as it seems to play? But just like for somebody like me, ever Ryan, just a common everyday person watching, is it that much faster than grass?
In grass, like the ball,
Yeah, yeah,
in the grass, it's slower because I don't know, it just
yeah.
kills that turf. It speeds it up. It's all cut one way, and it ain't
So
moving.
are there a whole lot of difference between grass and turf?
Yeah, I mean, to me, yeah, in the outfield, yeah. Ball, the bounce is just way different.
I know it sure looks different. You're sitting there watching, playing on grass. It looks like it's,
Much faster.
you can cover quicker and be able to get to the ball. But it looks like when that ball hits that turf, it's just like nonstop sail. It's just gone.
It's just,
Or like when they line drive it, the ball bounces. It's like that thing is whizzing off that. Like,
it just skips right off of it. I don't know. The grass kind of stops it, chops it down, but that turf, it just skips it on it.
So correct me if I'm wrong, but it looks like you have right now one, two, looks like three different teams that you're going to be playing that's from out of Florida.
Yep.
So, I just got to get your thoughts on that, being able to play, some like out of state teams that you normally wouldn't see.
Yeah, it's a good opportunity. I mean, we're gonna go up there and compete the best we can, and it's gonna be good to see some tougher teams before we start. Getting through the whole season schedule. It's gonna help us just find where we're at and see how we compete against these tougher teams.
So, I do know that during the other sport that you play for Mr. Coach Hilton, you took an injury. So, are you back to 100% now, or are you still working into that?
Yeah, I'm pretty much up high 90s. Like, I mean, I'm not exactly where I was, but I've been working my tail off to get back there. It was pretty rough on me at first, but just that mental thing, just getting back and being able to run freely. I mean, just it's always in the back of my head when I'm running. I'm trying to get rid of that. So, I mean, it's rough, but we're gonna get back and play the best I can.
So I do got to ask you about, your football coach, Coach Hilton, and your baseball coach. I'm gonna call him Coach Six because if I try to pronounce his whole name, I'm gonna butcher it probably very terribly.
That's
And
all right.
I do like Coach a lot. So just give me your thoughts on the two coaches that you get to play for.
I mean, Coach Hilton, yeah, he's a great guy. I mean, they all welcome me in like family. When I came from Corbin, and they joke around with me a lot, just coming from up there. But they he's really invested a lot of time in me and trying to make me the best man and football player I can be, and just really appreciate him. And Coach Six, I mean, he's welcomed me in just like family. I quit. I ain't played baseball like before last year. It'd been 2 years, and I just thought I'd be way too behind. And he just instilled that confidence back in me to come back out and play on the diamond. And I just really appreciate him for trusting in my just ability to come back and catch up with the game. And I appreciate everything he does.
So is football and baseball your two main sports that you're planning on sticking with, or?
Yes. I don't know. I ain't much of a basketball guy. I quit that around grade school. So baseball and football is just probably gonna be it for me.
So is there one that you lean heavier to than the other that you would like to play at the next level, or would you do both at the next level if the school reached out to you for both of them?
I mean, I would play either, but I know like just there's just pros and cons to each. I mean, I baseball is kind of what I flip my whole online stuff to, just because I trust myself more in the baseball aspect of it than I do football. It's harder to get high up next level football, so I've kind of switched everything to baseball.
So, Mark, did you want to read that comment?
Super proud of him and his work ethic, not only with his injury, but in the off season, getting ready for baseball, football for this season. Dad loves you, and heard nothing but great stuff about you, Hunter, and Jason's completely right here. We've heard nothing but good from the Bell County family about you, and from day one since you've come up there, it's a you need to go talk to him. You need to go talk to him. He's a great guy. He's a great guy. He's a great guy. And I think that whole school system loves you up there, and they're really really appreciative of the work and the stuff that you did since you've been there. And I know Everett's really high on you. Ryan's high on you also. So it just I know playing both sports and just is it hard to juggle that and just being an everyday student at Bell County?
I mean, yeah, I mean it's tough juggling any sports together. I mean, football's basically year round. I mean, we're summer, winter, lifting all the time. I mean, but I mean, it's pretty easy to hone in like what season it's going to be, and you need to lock in on. So, I mean, I'm still lifting with football team right now, still getting my strength back in my leg and all that. But I'm focused on baseball right now.
Well, I remember one story with Dudley. I had to say this, and me and Dudley was talking about last time I saw him, and I can remember this how old I am. It was 1991. Me hiding behind a brick wall right there, right in front of the field. Maybe the worstest ice storm I've ever witnessed in my life. And Bill K beat Cody Catholic in overtime that night, and went on to win the state championship that year. So that was one of maybe the worstest weather events I've ever watched a game in. But and Coach Hilton, he still remembers that too. So that officially makes me, well, no, me and Coach ain't old. We're aged, or I don't know how. I better not even say that. Coach, get me on that. I'll just shut up while I'm ahead.
Well, see, Coach Hilton's in his prime. You're past your prime.
Yeah, you've wore on me over the years, Ed. A lot of
But
memories, a lot of memories.
so I do got a couple more questions for you before I show you a few things we put together for you. So during your time playing baseball, what would you consider your all-time favorite memory?
I mean, probably at home versus Harlan City. I don't know. It's just a high intensity game. I just love those games. I love to be able to play in them. Just the crowd's hyped up. Everybody's yelling, and just you get a hit, and it just feels like you just saved the world. I don't know. It just some feeling about it.
So my final question before I show you a few things. During the sport of baseball, what would you consider your most favorite aspect about it?
Probably just the lessons it's taught me. I mean, it's taught me to just tough it out, get it back up, keep going. I mean, you're gonna make a lot of mistakes. I mean, baseball is a mental game. A lot of it, like it's 90% mental, 10% physical. I mean, you got to be out there and get your head in the right mind space. And it's taught me to get up and be mature and just keep on going.
Absolutely. So Hunter, the second graphic I'm going to show you is actually a brand new graphic that I'm just airing today. So you're the first that gets to vote on whether you like that graphic and I should continue going with it or something. I should just stop and find a different.
All right, let's see it.
So I'm going to show you the first one, which is the OG graphic first, and I'm going to show you that one.
Got the cell phone.
That's the cell phone. Because I was 50-50 on it myself, but, you know,
I like the first one pretty good.
see, everybody likes the first one. Can't go wrong with the first one, Mark.
I think it's the cursive got me. I like the cursive name.
But I will get both of these sent over to you, and they will be also on every one of our social media sites and everything. And, you know, anything that I can do to try to help promote you in either sport, football or baseball, please feel free to reach out to me. That way I can try to help you and promote you and hopefully help you try to get to the next level at, you know, whichever sport you want to play. And, you know, once you get to that level, just remember you're always going to need somebody to cut your grass, and Mark runs a mean weed eater.
I know the feeling. I have to do it all summer, so weed eating ain't too fun when it's about 95 degrees outside.
And you know you left Ryan out of this whole equation here. Can't Ryan get a weed eater out there too? Or is Ryan just out there drinking tea, rooting his own?
Well, Ryan's got to use the rake and get the extra grass.
We can put him to work. Anybody can get to work.
I'll do the landscaping.
You won't get no money then.
You'll have to rake the yard after we're done.
Hunter ain't gonna hire you unless you're out there working with us.
Put him on the iron. We'll put him on the lawnmower, riding mower. He can just ride around. We'll have a little shade roof over top of him.
No lounging around drinking tea all day, Ryan. You got to work when you come over there.
That's right, Ryan. But Hunter, I do want to thank you for taking your time to come on, and you know, from everything that I've seen, and you know, from what I got to cover you on last year, you know, I'm excited to see how the team shapes up this season, and super excited to get to see at the field once it's done. But again, thank you for taking your time to come on.
Yes, sir. Thank you all for having me. I appreciate everything y'all do for us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, somebody hit the remove button that time. We're getting better. It's only took us 1.5 years to figure out how to remove.
All right, well, guys, what can we say? We had 2 great interviews, and but you know, we got the easy part. The kids do the student athletes do the hard part. But all good things must eventually come to an end. So, Mark, Ryan, I'm gonna leave the floor to you.
I might go first while I try to get my quote up here.
No emotional. I mean emotional. Nothing emotional. No inspirational quote tonight. Just again, thank you for allowing me to come on the show there, Edward. Thank you, Ryan, for all the stuff that you do for us and all the work that you put in it. 2 really, really great guests tonight. I love every minute of it. Basketball season's winding down, but then other seasons start back up. So it's a never-ending process until they say it's a dead period, and then I think we all have to sort of take a step back then. But just love covering this stuff, and one more last time, a great big shout out to Bryant Family Medicine. 1 more year with them, and hope many, many more years to come. And just what a great team! What a great team that they have there at Bryant Family Medicine, and we got a pretty good team too, and and their team, our team, we're all team. We're all after the same goal. Heather Martinez. All the same goal. Let's promote these student athletes the best way we know how. And again, thank you, Bryant Family Medicine, for being our corporate sponsor.
If I can stop the coughing long enough.
And a big shout out to the viewers tonight. Great views and great comments, and especially Victoria, Emma, Hayden. Thank you for bailing me out about the cheating stuff. So big shout out to all you.
uh, my first thing I want to say is with district time coming around for basketball here, get out and go and support these athletes. They got a week left here in the regular season. The all with one goal is to make it to the Rupp Arena for the state tournament. So go out and support your teams. Don't just sit at the house and watch it off Facebook or something like that. If you're able to go get out and go watch them. And my inspirational quote for tonight is: "Success is the sum of small efforts. Repeat day in, day out." Robert J. Cowell.
Well, Ryan was trying to copyright my ending slogan, but I'm gonna leave you the same way I do every time. Just like kind of what Ryan was saying. Get out and go cover these student athletes. Go out, and that way you can get out and see the hard work, the dedication, the blood, sweat, and tears that these kids put in to every sport that they play in. And, because it gives you a better feel and you get more passion for the game when you're watching these kids get out there and they're performing and showing you the hard work that they put in. And, kind of what Ryan said, I could just as easily sit home and slap together a few things and make it seem like I was there, but it gives you a whole nother feel when you're sitting in the stands and watching them. But from everybody here at the Bryant Family Medicine, all sports media, we want to wish you God bless and good night.